Hi, this is Donna Cronin here with Exit Riverbend Realty today, and I have invited Susan Stevens from Movement Mortgage, and she's going to share with us some of the answers to some of the typical questions you might have for a lender. I'm excited to have her here and let her introduce herself and a little bit of information about Movement Mortgage. So Susan, tell us some.
Okay, good morning. I'm Susan Stevens. As Donna said, I am with the Movement Mortgage office located at 510 Grand Central Avenue in Vienna. And we are here to help you with all of your purchase and also now refinance needs. So we have a lot going on right now. It's a very busy time, as Donna knows. I know. Lots to offer.
Would you like to share with us some of the programs that Movement is specializing in right now?
Sure, Donna. We have a menu, a variety on our menu actually. We do FHA loans, we do VA loans, USDA loans, and then of course we do offer the conventional loans. I do understand that there may be a little bit of a misunderstanding out there about some of about the conventional loans and the minimum down payment. I have people call me and say, well, I can't do a conventional because I don't have a 20% down payment. Well, that's not necessarily so. We can do a conventional 30 or 15 year or 20 year with a minimum 5% down payment.
Awesome.
It's a great program. We also do have a program, a conventional program that does offer a minimum 3% down. But that's kind of a special program. So, if somebody has a question about that, I'd be glad to speak to them about it. We also offer FHA programs, which require a minimum 3.5% down. And then, of course, VA, these loans for those vets out there that we want to thank every day for their service, they're great programs, and we do a lot of VA lending. And then we also offer USDA, which USDA is a rural housing loan. So that does only pertain to properties that are outside the city limits. And it does offer up to 100% financing.
I'm always letting people know. Yeah, the USDA one in Parkersburg, you can be on one street and a street over, you're in USDA territory. It really varies. And
right. First thing I tell people when they say, well, I really need 100% financing, I ask where they're looking. And then if they actually have a property in mind, we will go to USDA.gov website and you can find out if that property falls within their lending area.
Right. Yeah. And that's exciting for them. So we do have a program in the area called the West Virginia Housing Development Program.
It's really for people who need closing cost assistance, down payment assistance. And I will mention that the West Virginia housing programs will only pertain to West Virginia property.
Okay.
They do not finance Ohio properties, even though we're right here on the Ohio River, right across from Ohio, they will only finance West Virginia properties. And they offer their home ownership program, which offers a second deed of trust, a down payment assistance program. So there's a first and a second. And then they also offer their moving up program, which you don't have to, well, first of all, I should say the home ownership program does require that you're a first time buyer, that you have not owned a property within the previous 3 years.
Okay.
Moving up program is just that. It's basically for people who may or may not be first-time home buyers, but both programs have income limitations. Moving up has a little higher income limitation and can pertain to people who just want to move up,
Awesome.
Maybe just buy a bigger home, or even people who are downsizing, older people who've decided to sell and downsize into a smaller home, and it's a great program.
I'm excited to share those ones, especially when people are paying rent, because the rent in this area is a lot higher than a mortgage usually.
Oh, that's really a good point. That's very true. Very true. Yeah.
So how long, when someone gives you a call, they say, hey, Susan, how I want to apply for a loan, what would you say your typical time period that you're talking and giving a pre-approval to them?
Well, generally, if they're ready and they have pretty basic information, name, address, social security number, birth date, employment information, income information, we can take a handwritten application in 15 to 20 minutes, and ask questions. Or we can offer that they can go on and do an online application.
Oh, okay.
Where if they give me an email address, I can forward to them in my email a link that'll take them to Movement's online application program. So, and a lot of people want to do that because, okay, they're talking to me maybe on their lunch hour to get information, and maybe they want to go home this evening at 9 o'clock and do that online application, and then it's in my queue in the morning for me to review.
Awesome.
So, but to answer your question, if someone applies by phone, assuming that the day's not just really backed up, we try to get back to those people within the same day, because we do have to run their credit, take a look at their credit scores, their debt to income ratios. But remember that a pre-approval is really just that. It's information. It's based on information that they give us. At that point, we don't have pay stubs, we don't have W-2s, we don't have employment verification. So they just need to understand that it's all based on the information that they give us.
Okay, but it's pretty quick process, that sounds like.
It is pretty quick. We don't charge anything for a pre-approval, and it's very helpful. And I know a lot of realtors, nowadays, you all want to know that they're able to look at a $150,000 house, that they're able to borrow that kind of money. And I understand that.
It's very helpful. It's also helpful. A lot of homes won't even let you come and see them.
Right. I
owners don't,
understand.
especially with COVID right now, they just don't want people walking in their house if they're not really
Sure.
serious buyers.
Yeah.
So I always encourage them to get that pre-approval, but I'm glad they got to meet you today on my Facebook page and YouTube, and get to put a face to the name of Susan Stevens, and hopefully they'll give you a ring and apply with you all. That's what we hope for. And
well, I appreciate the invitation, Donna. It's always nice to see you and talk with you, and anything that I can help you or your clients with, just give me a call, shoot me an email, send me a text.
well, thank you so much
I'm
for
available.
joining me. I appreciate
Okay.
it today, Susan. You
Thank
have a
you.
nice day. Thanks again.
Thank you. You too. Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.